Hey everybody, good morning. Happy with this Friday, January, February 6th. Hope everybody's had a good time. Hey Kyle, hey Ashes, and hey Chris Driggins. Got a small crowd in here. We're gonna hopefully get a few more people in here. We got seven showing up, it looks like so far. Hope everybody's having a great time. Great morning so far. Hope you slept well. Your week is almost over if you're a Monday through Friday type person. Um, I rotate weekends every fifth weekend I work. Fortunately, this weekend I don't work. So, big weekend in the world of sports. We have the Olympics starting tonight. We have the Super Bowl this weekend. All kinds of fun stuff. And it looks like, at least here in the Midwest, the weather is going to be nicer for the past 2, 3 weeks, maybe even longer than that. It's been really cold and just nasty and crazy weather, a lot of snow last week. Um, if you live out on the East Coast, one of North Carolina, I can't remember the city in North Carolina, but they got hammered with a hurricane, a winter hurricane. I heard someplace had 2 feet of snow. But holy cow, that's hopefully things are warming up. People are safe and everybody's doing well across the country. And hey, around the world. I mean, we have people from Australia that have been in here, from Italy, from England, Canada too. Awesome. So, who do you have? Well, first of all, welcome to the mix. I've always wanted to do some kind of morning show. This goes back to college years, and I'm sorry about the not keying out too good. I'm downstairs, and hope everybody can hear me okay. I'm downstairs because my son is still sleeping. You know what? I need to do something here real quick. Hang on. The fun things about live TV or live videos or whatever. Okay. A little bit of a shadow. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I always wanted to do kind of a morning show type format and stuff. I wanted to be on the radio actually, but things didn't work out that way, and had to go a different career and everything. So, I'm back into doing podcasting and stuff and having fun. And I figured, hey, you know what? Let's give this a shot, see what happens. So I think kind of what the format of this show is going to be is it's going to be fun. No politics, no religion, no serious stuff, no real news or anything. We're going to do occasionally we're going to do some weird news stories. Tex and I used to do stuff like that, but we're not going to do all weird stories. We're just going to do like segments and stuff. So you know what? I'm going to take this out. There we go. Since it's not a paranormal show. And you know what? We're going to put this in. No, I didn't make it. No, well, never mind. So, first time, hey guys, if you have any kind of feedback, feel free to shoot me a message or comment on this after the show. So, what I was kind of planning on doing is going to change week to week. I might have a guest on here. Even today, I was thinking, you know what, it might be kind of fun to do like a cooking show or a cooking segment on here. I work at a meat market. I know the guys there like doing stuff like this. So what I might do is have them come in and or even at work do a little barbecue segment or kind of tips for barbecuing as we get closer to summer, and just kind of have it going like that. So there's that. We're going to certainly talk about the Super Bowl coming up, talking about the Olympics coming up, Summer Olympics when they come around in a couple years, and anything else that's going on. So unfortunately, with the food segment, I'll be able to eat it, and unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see it. So, kind of the perks of doing this, I guess. But yeah, that'll be kind of cool. So hey, cheers! Oh, look at that. That's weird. Now, so I have a green screen behind me, and I don't know why this is keying out. That's bizarre. So, gotta have the morning coffee going here too. Couldn't find my creamer. I usually like French vanilla creamer. Couldn't find it at the store, so I had regular creamer, and it just doesn't taste as good. So let's see. Why am I not center? There we go. Okay, so and for the life of me, I can't get Morning Werewolf. I can't get my screen to be bigger and see the chat. I could have to make the whole thing the screen, but I won't be able to do that. And hey, if you guys have any questions, and you know what else we might do later on as the show kind of evolves a little bit, I might do like a call-in segment. If anybody wants to come in and chat, I'll put the link in the chat box, and if anybody wants to come in, just say a few words, give me their opinion on something, and it'll be real quick. So, and we're looking to go maybe 45 minutes to an hour on this because I still do have to go to work after this. So, but yeah, this is going to be fun. I hope this catches on, and we'll move on and do some more shows on this. It's going to be on Fridays because usually Fridays I work later, and I think this is just going to be the best day for it to work out and have some fun with you all. Also, can't stay. It's my bedtime, believe it or not. Yes, I do believe that, Ashes. I appreciate you coming here, Ashes. I hope you have a good day, night, whatever. So, what was I going to say? If you have any questions or want to comment on anything, make sure you put them in chat. Put them in all caps so I can see them. I'm trying not to have the glasses. Well, I don't want to do that there. It's amazing how much better you can see with that. So, all right. First things first, I'm going to try and do some weather. I did a little bit. I don't have anything loaded in here because I'm on my downstairs computer. It's a different computer than what I normally am on for Paranormal Among Us. So I kind of want to keep it separate. And I don't know if I explained this before. Upstairs in my office, my son and I share a wall with that office, and he's still sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. I don't want to do that. So we'll see how this goes. And this is the first show, and we're learning and we're making things happen as they go along. So we have a small crowd, but that's okay. That's okay. One thing I wanted to talk about. Super Bowl. Who do you guys have? Chris, Kyle, and Werewolf. Who do you have in the Super Bowl? And there's more people that are not in chat that are watching. So if you guys have any picks for the big game, who would you like to see win? Seahawks and Patriots. The Patriots have kind of a bad I don't want to say a bad reputation here in St. Louis, but the Rams Patriots games were always kind of bad. I'm not a huge fan of the Patriots in my mind with their dynasty and everything. I'm sick of the Patriots. Werewolf, yep. Seattle all the way. I have some neighbors. Why wasn't that? Oh, that's why. There we go. Seattle all the way. I have neighbors that are from Seattle, so that's who we're going to be rooting for. We're going to have a little Super Bowl party Sunday night for the game. And a long time ago, when I was a kid, my mom used to, and people are like this too, and it seemed very successful doing this. Whether they're and with betting and stuff being real popular, I'm not really into that stuff, but people tend to pick teams based on the color. Is a Seahawk better than a Patriot, or vice versa? I like Dolphins. I'll pick the Dolphins. I don't like Chargers or whatever, something like that. My mom would always do like a pick'em thing at my dad's work, and she would always base it on that. And more. I mean, she won more than we did, and we all three played just about every week. And Mom knew nothing about football, and Dad and I were always trying to analyze this and everything. But Mom's like, "Oh, you know what? I like the Dolphins. I don't like the Patriots, and I believe the Cardinals were here at the time. I like Cardinals better than Jets or whatever." So that's kind of funny. And she always won. So yeah, let me know who you are rooting for in the Super Bowl. I'm with Werewolf here. Seahawks all the way. Hopefully, yeah, I just hope it's a fun game and not a blowout. So, we'll see for sure. Okay, so a couple of things since Super Bowl weekend. I thought we would do some fun Super Bowl facts. And I was reading this the other day, and I had no idea on some of these. They're kind of cool. So here we go. I'm going to share the screen. Grab me a cup of coffee here real quick. Please hold. I don't know why that is keying out. That's weird. So you know what? Let's close that. Let me share the screen. That way you guys can, if you wanted to, read along. This is going to be from Reader's Digest. Close that. Am I sharing it? Oh, there it is. Okay, put that up there. Put that up there. There we go. Okay, so I can't see what it says from there. But again, this is from Reader's Digest. Some Super Bowls have featured a rematch as early as 2026, or as of early 2026. There have now been 10 Super Bowl rematches in NFL history. They include the Dolphins and Commanders, formerly the Redskins, Bengals and 49ers. I remember those. Bills and Cowboys. There was, 3 or 4 of those. Giants and Patriots, Patriots and Eagles, Patriots and Rams, Chiefs and 49ers, Eagles and Chiefs, and now the Patriots and Seahawks. And then we can't forget about Steelers and Cowboys, how they met 3 times in the Super Bowl. The New England Patriots have the most Super Bowl appearances with 11. Crazy. And how many of those did they win? I can't remember. Somebody throw that in chat if they know. Trailing them are several teams tied with 8 appearances each. Cowboys, Broncos, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the 49ers. There is a female referee. I don't know if she's going to be reffing in this game this weekend or not, but Sarah Thomas became the first woman to officiate Super Bowl in 2021. Throughout her career, Thomas officiated NFL preseason games, worked in professional training camps, and has attended several officiating clinics. So that was pretty cool. It's kind of neat seeing female referees, and they're kind of breaking into just about every sport. Except I haven't seen many in hockey. Let's see. Remember the Kelsey brothers in 2024 Super Bowl? What is that? 55, 6, 7. Travis Kelsey of the Kansas City Chiefs faced off against his brother Jason, who was the center for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I remember seeing pictures of their mom. She had a half Chiefs, half Eagles jacket or jersey on. And of course, I'm sure Taylor Swift was there too. So remember this? Alicia Keys sang the longest national anthem. She holds the record for having sung the longest national anthem. Clocked in at 2 minutes, 35 seconds during the Super Bowl. That's 45. I don't know. Keys' performance overtook Natalie Cole's 152-second performance in 1994. What do you think of the national anthem when they do that there? And okay, this might be an unpopular opinion. Let me come back up here. I have thought that the Super Bowl halftime shows have sucked the last few years. I have no idea who this Bad Bunny is. I will probably take that time to refill my drink, get something to eat, maybe take a nap. I don't know, but I don't know what they're doing there. Bad Bunny. Apparently, this one's going to be in all Spanish, something like that. I don't know, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of the halftime shows lately. So, all right, back to here we go. Got to get on this here. Footballs. Super Bowl ball is crafted by hand in the USA. Craftsmen and craftswomen complete each step by hand with the aid of machines at the Wilson Football Factory located in Ada, Ohio. That's kind of cool. Remember the deflate gate? That's kind of what the football looked like that Tom Brady was using. I'm kidding. Both teams get a lot of balls. Each team playing in the Super Bowl gets about 108 footballs, according to Christina Peterson Lohman, former director of communications for Wilson Sporting Goods. Of those, 54 are used for practice, and 54 are the actual game balls. And here's another fun Super Bowl fact. Typically, 120 balls are used during an actual game. The additional ones are kicker footballs, used for all kicking plays. I didn't realize that they had special footballs just for kickoffs. This was been for a few years, so that's kind of interesting. And I think the balls for kicking might be harder. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. This I did not know. Super Bowl players drive in style. As a perk, every player in the big game gets a loaner car to drive around the host city in the week leading up to the Super Bowl. It says Marlon Jackson, a Super Bowl champion with the Indianapolis Colts, who founded the Fight for Life Foundation during Super Bowl. Let's see, that's 41. He drove a Cadillac Escalade all week. That's kind of cool. I wonder if they get to pick and choose the car that they get to drive around. So since the half times at Super Bowls are so long, and like I said, not good. Players, do a little warm up during the halftime show. Jackson shares that during the regular season, players use halftime to make adjustments and work out any muscle kinks. But since the Super Bowl's halftime is twice as long as it is for a normal game, players wait about 20 minutes before doing any warm-ups, adjustments, etc., in order to time it out properly for the start of the second half. That's got to throw some teams off too. I've always thought that it's not too terribly fair that that's a longer break in between the first and second half. But it's all about making money for the NFL. Kaya, they're self-destroying themselves. Yep. When they quit taking any, I don't like watching all the post-game stuff. Anyway, ever thought about buying a ticket to the Super Bowl? And if anybody's ever been to the Super Bowl, let me know. You might have known the Super Bowl fact already, but attending the big game is expensive. According to recent reporting, face value tickets for Super Bowl 60 in 2026 are starting around $6,500 and climbing into the five-figure digit range well before game day. Holy crap. I don't have $6,500 laying around, but if I did, I don't know that I would throw it all to one game. But that would be kind of cool to see a Super Bowl. If somebody wants to pay me $6,500, I'd be more than happy to go. I've known one person that has been to a Super Bowl, and that was when the Rams were here, and when they won it in New Orleans, I think. Some friends of mine went there. I didn't. Game day tickets were once less than $10. Holy cow. Tickets for the very first Super Bowl in 1967 cost an average of $6, which was back then was pricey for many. According to Brissa Trinchero, founder of the former ticket sales site shoewin.com, there were 30,000 empty seats. And that kind of takes away from the fans being able to go to the games. The average fan doesn't have 65. What just happened here? All of a sudden things just got wonky on me on my screen here. The average fan doesn't have $6,500 laying around, plus travel. Lodging? Oh. My thing just went away. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Okay, back to the football. Let's see what happened here. This is weird. Okay, we did that. Did that. Less than $10. Okay. Uh, Super Bowl halftime performers make a lot less than you think. I know they don't get paid for the Super Bowl. Jennifer Lopez, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, and Kendrick Lamar didn't get paid a single dime to perform at past Super Bowls, and Bad Bunny won't get paid for 2026 Super Bowl performance either. But don't feel too bad for him. Trinchero shares that although the NFL doesn't give them any cash, the exposure can be worth tens of millions of dollars, and the halftime show often scores higher ratings than the actual game. Not in this house. This the Shakira J-Lo performance wasn't bad. I enjoyed that. What's this one? They weren't always mobile. Well, including this Super Bowl fact in your next trivia game. Super Bowl 2021 was the first game to go fully mobile for the 22,000 attendees. 22,000 attendees. Completely cashless inside the state. Oh, that was the year after COVID. Okay. Super Bowl wasn't always super. It was actually referred to as the Super Bowl until Super Bowl III. At the time, they were known as Super Bowl I and II. They were just called the AFL NFL World Championship games. That was before the merger. And then in Super Bowl III. Interesting. Certain words always appear on Super Bowl footballs. The words Commissioner Wilson and Made in the USA have been imprinted on every single Wilson Super Bowl football since day one. Oh, that's interesting. And I'm sure this year they'll have USA 250 or something like that. The Super Bowl's Lombardi trophy is the size of an actual football. And not just any football. The football on top of the Lombardi trophy is the exact size of an official the Duke football, which is 55 centimeters through the middle and 71 centimeters around the ends, according to Peterson Lohman. That is a big trophy, but I honestly think the best trophy in all of sports is the Stanley Cup trophy in hockey. That's just amazing. Players, friends, and family members also get serious perks. According to Jackson, players aren't the only ones who get to enjoy the Super Bowl perks. Family and friends enjoy the weekend with hotel stays, luxury vehicle loans, and exclusive events. They also have the opportunity to attend practice the day before the game, or at least it was that way with the Indianapolis Colts. I can see that. Why not have the family all included in that? And friends, and I'm sure each player gets an allotment of tickets, but not too many. You got to make money. What's this one? Super is full of pricey parties. Yeah, it is. A ticket to the Super Bowl isn't the only in-demand ticket that week, according to Trinchero. There are actually usually multiple high-profile parties and a ton of Super Bowl chicken wings all week long, most with corporate sponsors. You can even purchase a general admission ticket to get some of the biggest parties, but they won't come cheap. Says that they go for more than $2,000. $2,000 just to get into a party. Nope. I'm cheap. Okay, the ads. A lot of people just watch the game for the ads, are even more expensive than you think. This is another Super Bowl fact you've likely heard of. Those ads are big money. On average, a 30-second Super Bowl spot runs you in the millions. According to Forbes, a 30-second Super Bowl commercial has cost around $7 million in recent years, making it one of the most expensive TV ad slots in the world. And that doesn't include, that's just to air it. That doesn't include production costs and everything. And some of these nowadays with all the celebrities and all that stuff, they get expensive, I'm sure. With all the ads that you get during the game, it's almost as if you're watching a sports movie. And some of them are like a movie. And this is the last one. Special coin. The world's most famous coin toss doesn't rely on any old penny or quarter. Each Super Bowl gets its own unique coin crafted by the Highland Mint. The front of the coin features the Lombardi Trophy and the helmets of the two teams playing. Superfans can purchase a replica coin after the game, which I'm sure a lot of people will do. I think my dad has had some of those in recent years. Well, not in recent years, in his lifetime. I know he used to. I don't know if it was Island Mint or it was another mint place that he had a lot of coins from. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, and I'm sure this year there's going to be some kind of USA 250 deal on the coin or something, and it's going to be interesting to see how they incorporate that in with the game and everything in the broadcast. So always fun watching the Super Bowl. Like I said, go Hawks. Hope they take down the New England Patriots. But it's going to be a game. Two really good teams. Although I think Seattle has a better defense, and they're going to match up better against the Patriots offense than the Patriots defense will against Seattle. And not to get too technical, I know this isn't a sports show. I don't know how the everybody in chat is or that are watching if they're sports fans, but I think that if Sam Darnold gets going and figure out ways to beat the Patriots defense, it's going to be a long day for them. So I don't know what the odds are. I don't know what the spread is, but I thought I heard that it's in the spread's in the upper 40s, which means, for those of you that don't know, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know anything about betting. That's the combined score. So it could be a low-scoring game if it's a defensive struggle, defensive juggernaut, they might say. It's weird. Okay. How's everybody doing? So, the Olympics. Which one do you like better, the winter or summer Olympics? Let me know. I personally like the Winter Olympics. I just like the snow and the cold better, I think. I love watching the skiing, the curling. Curling I've started liking a lot in the last few Olympics. And of course, we have the hockey, both men's and women's. The women's hockey has really taken off in the last few years, and I really like watching that. So that's going to be, hey, little Patty, that's going to be fun to watch. And going back to last year when the NHL had the Four Nations tournament in the middle of the year, of course, the league is going to stop this year, sending professional players to the Olympics for the hockey. We had great matches. Of course, the final was Canada-USA. Huge fight to start the game. What was there, 3 or 4 fights right off the bat? Or as Darren Pang, one of my favorite commentators, right off the hop, you're dropping the gloves. And the Kachuk brothers were involved in all that for the USA. What an awesome Four Nations tournament that was. And I really hope that, that was run by the NHL. I'm really hoping that the Olympic hockey tournament is just as good. Of course, you're going to have a lot more countries participating, but well, Patty, here's the coffee. It's not sponsored by Buc-ee's, but if anybody knows anybody that works at Buc-ee's, if they want to send me a few bucks, I'll drink out of this every day. What was I going to say? Oh, we're talking about hockey. That's going to be fun. I always love watching that. Women's hockey is fantastic too. The only thing I don't really care for in the Winter Olympics is the figure skating. That's just not my cup of tea. So we'll see. USA is always a big country for getting a ton of medals for the Winter Olympics. We're just that good. So starting today, I guess today's the opening ceremony. I wonder if they're going on right now. It's in Milan, Italy. You know what? I'm going to. I don't know when the opening ceremonies are. It's going to be on later tonight, but that's going to be recorded. If somebody look, if they're on, let me know. I'll be watching that at work today. So, Winter Olympic facts. Let's see here. Let's. I'm going to bring something up on the screen. Got to stop sharing. Got to share the screen. I'm really kind of hoping that my son starts getting up early. And I can go upstairs because I like using my computer a lot better. This is a smaller screen. Anyway, but it works. Don't want to wake him up. Okay, so we have Winter Olympic facts. All of the events at the Winter Olympics take place in snow and ice. These frosty competitions include ice. This is National Geographic's for kids. Ice skating, skiing, snowboarding, and more. What's your favorite Winter Olympic sport? Athletes venture high into the mountains on amazing cross-country ski races, while others compete indoors in specially built venues. This was a trivia question that we got wrong a couple weeks ago when we did a trivia night. First Winter Olympics were held in 1924. Any idea where it was held at? Oop. It was in France. Around 250 athletes from 16 countries competed in Chamois, I don't know, France. There were only 16 events, including cross-country skiing, ski jumping, and ice hockey. I don't know if you guys remember the Wide World of Sports, where the agony of defeat. I think it was during the Olympics where the guy was coming down the ski jump and he crashes and stuff. I can't remember the announcer's name, called it falling like a rag doll or something like that. That's one of the first memories of the Winter Olympics that I remember. The Winter Olympics traditionally take place 2 years after the Summer Olympics, but it isn't always the case. When the Summer Olympic Games of 2020 were moved to 21 due to COVID, the Beijing Winter Olympics in China followed close behind in 22. Animals once participated in the Olympics. Do they have a animals Olympic? That would be kind of cool. I know they have the cool dog show, Westminster Dog Show. While they haven't been invited to join in the official sports, horses and dogs have played a role in demonstration events. Dog sledding featured in the 32 Winter Olympics, while in the 28 Olympics, horses demonstrated skijoring, an event that involves athletes being towed on skis behind riderless horses. What? I did not read this beforehand. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. I wonder how the horses got around on the ice. That's pretty interesting. This is I don't know if you guys know the skeleton bobsled. They're going down the bobsled track on what looks like a sled. And they go up to 140 kilometers an hour. Somebody want to do the translation for me. Sliding on boards the width of their body, these athletes balance on their bellies and navigate around tight turns on a hair-raising course made of ice. I saw someplace, I don't know if it was a one-man bobsled or the skeleton or what, but somebody was going down a course and they flipped off the course. And I mean, there's no protection for these guys. They're not strapped in. They're just balancing on this. And that's crazy. Let's look out here. 140 kilometers. That is in miles per hour. That's going to be 86 miles an hour. That's fast. Imagine going down a hill on a sled. I don't know if they have brakes. Without brakes, they have to have brakes. In the first Winter Olympics, women were only allowed to compete in figure skating. Now they're in just about every sport. This continued until 1948 when skiing also became the competitive women's sport. Thankfully, women can now compete in all sports at the Winter Olympics. The women's skier, what the hell is her name? Lindsay, something Lindsay. Can't remember her name, but she got hurt a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I haven't heard if she's That was weird. My mic went off. Has my mic been on off the whole time? Because all of a sudden I just got a pop in my headphones, and I just looked and my microphone was off. Can you all hear me? Everybody hear me okay? Still on, I think. Okay, we'll keep going. Merit Bjorgen from Norway has won the most medals of any Winter Olympian. He has won 15 medals as a cross-country skier. Hello, Patty. Nope, you can't hear me? Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, I hear it. This amazing cross-country skier has won a whopping 15 medals. She secured her title at the 2014 Winter Olympics by winning 3 gold medals. All things bestie. Hi, all things bestie. Snow and ice were once brought in by the Army. In 1964, the Winter Olympics were set to take place in Innsbruck, Austria. But as the event loomed, the officials realized that there wasn't enough snow. So the Austrian army headed into the nearby mountains and carted down more than 38,000 cubic meters of snow and 20,000 blocks of ice. Holy cow. It'd be interesting to see that flying in. Walt Disney was in charge of the opening and closing ceremonies for one Memorial Winter Olympics. These took place in Squaw Valley, California in 1960, in a quest to make the opening ceremonies the most impressive yet. Disney's performance included a whopping 3,700 musicians, 2,000 doves, and more than 30,000 balloons. Hey, BJ. Hope you're thawing out, BJ. I know you guys were cold and had a bunch of snow. Okay. And the last one to share for this, only one person has ever won gold in both Winter and Summer Olympics. American Eddie Egan grabbed the gold medal in boxing during the 20 Summer Olympics in Antwerp, Germany. Then, more than 10 years later, he scored another in the 1932 Winter Olympics as part of the 4-man bobsled team. Wow. I'm kind of surprised with the way people are playing multiple sports that more people have not won multiple golds in different Olympics. All right, make this bigger so I can see. Aussie Susan, how you doing? How's the weather over in Australia? I believe it's nighttime there now. Take these off. No, can't see. Put them back on. All right. Getting a rare look at me on air with, what is that? Look in my eye. I guess it's keying out on that. What was I saying? I forgot what I was going to say. I guess it's nighttime over in Australia. That's one country that I would love to go to, Australia. Susan, if you'd like to send me a ticket. What's up, nerd? Jim Powell, the Night's Watch. How you doing, buddy? Well, that's pretty much all I had for this first show. Like I said, we're going to try and do a little bit more segments. We got 2 big events coming up. One Olympics starting today, Super Bowl this weekend. Hey, Pancho. Looks like Phyllis Diller. So everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the Olympics if you're watching those. I know a lot of people will hang out all weekend and not necessarily have Olympic watch parties, but enjoy the games and stuff. And I always find those fun. I missed it. Dang. Yep. You know what? You can always go back and watch it. Yeah, it was fun. This is going to be a good show. I might have some guests. I tried to get somebody to come on and talk about a few things this week, but the schedule wouldn't work. So, if you guys have any guest ideas, topics that you want to include for a segment, let me know. Comment on the end of this, and we'll try and get some different things on here some fun things. Like I said, we're not going to do politics. We're not going to do religion or anything like that. We're just going to have fun in the morning, get you guys up and ready to go to work, start your day however you're going to start your day. Some people go to school, some people work, some people work from home. How do you like that? Do you guys feel that you're more productive working at home than in an office? I wish my job would let me work at home. Hi, Roger. Roger Blair is here. So let me know if it's gonna. I would much rather. I would much rather work from home than be in an office. But I just like. Granted, this is my dress code. We really don't have a dress code. Little Patty's retired, so she works from home. Haven't visited for ages, Paranormal Paul. Yep. Glad to see you here, Aussie Susan. I've seen you comment on a few videos. I haven't seen you on a live in a long time, but I'm glad you were able to join us today. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Hope everything goes well for you. Hope everybody stays warm. I know the country's going to be starting to warm up a little bit, but don't get too used to it. I don't think we're finished with winter weather. I know there's talk about another winter storm coming through the country maybe next week. So, keep your eyes and ears peeled on that, and everybody stay safe. Everybody stay warm. So anyway, all things bestie. A little bit of both is nice. I feel like a hermit if I'm home too much. Yeah, I get that too. But I guess with COVID, a lot of people were getting a lot of things done and from home. And it seems to be a lot of companies still keeping people at home. So anyway, BJ, we're getting 1 to 3 inches of snow today. Be careful. And, if you're over 50, be very careful shoveling snow. You don't want any heart attacks or anything. Just push it or hire a kid next door. Hire a kid from your neighborhood if you can. So they're giving snow here for today and tomorrow. Roger, are you in Canada? So, Jim, our weather prediction possum from Sand Mountain predicted early spring. Well, I hope that's right. Because, I like I said, I love winter. I love summer. But by the time, Roger's in Kentucky. Why did I think you were in Canada? Oh, well. Every year, about this time of year, right when spring training, right when the baseball teams start heading to Florida and Arizona, I'm done with winter. Once I start seeing pitchers and catchers throwing and stuff in spring training, I'm done with winter. I'm ready for the summer and warmer weather. So anyway, little Patty, I'm 71. I don't shovel snow. That's what kids are for. Yep, exactly. And BJ, I know you're the shoveler, so be careful out there. Anyway, guys, I got to head to work. Have a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you guys tuning in for the show. In case you missed the Open, go back and watch the Open. That was another Bigfoot Fades creation. So she's awesome. Make sure you watch her on the Super Bowl. She's got a Super Bowl party. We will talk to everybody later. Have a great day again, and we'll see you next Friday. I have no idea what we're doing next Friday, but we'll have something fun. See you guys.